Okay, the other question I have to ask regarding that. All right. I asked about the abortion. You said if they do an abortion, it's possible that the person may not be able to get pregnant after the abortion because the tissue is scarred. Okay, the other question I need to ask, if the person does, take out the fibroids, because if the doctor mentioned that the fibroids is the reason why the person don't get pregnant or not able to get pregnant, and they remove the fibroids. By the way, all the doctor knows is not is the fibroids make the person can get pregnant.
Okay, so it depends on where the fibroid is. If it's at the opening of the uterus, if it's right at the cervical os, which is the opening right there of the uterus, then what happens is that when the man ejaculates, it's like she has something there that's just blocking it. So it just run back out.
Okay.
So the fibroid can do
or it can also again prevent implantation.
right. So when the egg is rolling through the fallopian tube, if it's right up there, then it can also prevent the egg from coming around as well.
But Dr. Sham, I know a lady, she said she have fibroid, right? She went to the doctor and they have been treating. When she went to the doctor to do the surgery, it's an 8-pound baby now.
What, the fibroids are 8 pounds or what?
No, she was actually pregnant.
She was pregnant.
And then tell her that she have fibroids?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And when
So was the ultrasound never show someone baby?
I don't know.
But Petal, haven't you heard of cases where women went in because them feeling pain in them belly button?
Oh, Dr. Sam, don't tell me about it. Don't tell me about it. Me working in emergency.
Exactly.
Young girl, mother, what listen.
Surprise.
One case I have one time, me never forget. One young girl come in, right? With her parents. And the mother said to me, say, oh, we are church, and the mother say, oh, I went to work and I left her not feeling well in pain, and I came home and the pain is worse. And this and that and blah blah blah. After me look on the girl, me ask the people, me say, when was your last cycle? She give me dates. And me look on her and me tell her, me in my head, me say this girl here is pregnant, you know. So you can't, if you're a nurse, you know when somebody pregnant, you say, you know. She was a bit heavier set.
Right.
But you could have seen it. So I went over to the doctor and I said, first thing first, me reported, you have a talk to the doctor about the symptoms you're charging and stuff. This girl, I have pain, but now this is pain is coming to me like contraction, because even when they do that talk to me, you can see when the contraction get close and close and talk, the pain bite her and she snap her finger. And our parents worried about this pain and they want this and they want that, they want CT and MRI and whatever. So we just look on the doctor and say, first thing first, we need to go on pregnancy test. That's number one. And let's do that you need to do. Just put her on the lip and come up. Well, the examiner, so the examiner she said, you can feel the baby head. Anyhow, parents them there. Doctor talk to me and the doctor talk to me. And the child she could be pregnant. Oh no, whatever. So we send her feelings and her blood work. And by the time you reach up pregnant, you see the contraction of bite her. You never ever get the process are good. The time we send her for labor and delivery, the time say she have baby. When we tell the mother say, the parents say she's pregnant and she'll go home. Like, she's gonna go home with her baby? She's in labor. You mean she's gonna go home with her? Yes. We are transferring her to labor and delivery. Like a labor, this is not belly pain, this is labor. Yeah. By the time we send her up, she can, what do you call it, Lionel?
Yeah. Go ahead, Kate.
Alright, we're going to go now on PCOS. Alright? What causes PCOS?
Okay, so one of the things that we're finding out that is causing this for those who don't know, it's called polycystic ovarian syndrome, and this is where the ovary has a lot of cysts on it and all of that. It is being determined that early menarche, like early period, is one of the reasons for PCOS. So, like your daughter having her period at 9 or 8.5, 10, between 8 and 10, they're finding out that those young girls are having most of them, over 80% of them end up with PCOS.
You
Okay.
need to block the person down for your page, you know.
Yeah, we black them. We black
Separate
them.
and
Just black
apart
them.
from
Also, what they're finding out too is I don't want to say it's a precursor, but there's a strong correlation also with it and diabetes as well.
Right, I was going to head there too as well. So it's not really the diabetes, it's actually insulin resistance.
Insulin resistance, yeah.
resistance. All right, we're going to go a little bit deeper because Mr. Doctor. All right. Dr. Sam mentioned early stages, right? And you, Petal, just mentioned insulin. Okay. If it's not early stages, it could be insulin. All right. If a mother was diagnosed or is diagnosed with gestational diabetes, does that have any correlation with a baby being born and ending up with PCOS?
It can, because especially it depends also on when it was diagnosed. If the gynecologist did not pick it up early, because remember, when a lady is diagnosed with gestational diabetes, one of the things that usually end up happening is that the baby is usually very heavy, big babies like 10 pounds, 12 pounds, and all of them kind of stuff there. And so it is a possibility. It can be, and then it can be, the child can also be genetically predisposed to it and all of that. But the number one reason, if there's PCOS running in the family, what is the one thing that everybody is going to have in common? The one thing everybody who live in the family, in the same house, is going to have in common is the food we eat. And so that is why a lot of times you'll find that
Diabetes, right?
yes, can lead to diabetes.
So they all end up going to have diabetes. Keep it that way.
Or insulin resistance, yeah.
Are insulin resistant.
And just to add to that, KK, those women with gestational diabetes, a high percentage of them eventually
Have type 2 diabetes.
type 2 diabetes, yeah.
End up with type 2 diabetes. That's after. Okay, we're
Not
going
all, but majority. A high percentage, yeah.
What's the right age for kids that when they to have menstruate?
Huh?
I didn't get that.
What is the right age for them?
Well,
Like
we cannot put anything as the right age, but 12, 13 I think is ideal.
So what about
If it's
15?
15 is still okay. It's when you pass 16 then you start worrying because she may not genetically be a girl if she passed 16 and
Oh God, the talk so.
Or the organs are like there's concerns if the organs are not developed by then.
exactly. So you might check them out, and instead of a uterus, you probably end up finding testes up there.
Oh, okay.
Or something wrong with
That's where they get confused, doctor. Sam.
No, GP.
They don't get confused there because they still act like girls, they still do everything like a girl, but the only thing about it is that you find out is that there's no period, and then when they come to the doctor and we try to do to check, we can't check because there's no opening there. If there's an opening there, it is
Them are you know.
But Dr. Sam, some people start at 16.
right. No, that's why I say 16 is cool. It's when you pass 16 now that's when we start work.
Ah.
Then what we're gonna do at that time, we're gonna do a genetic test to find out if you have more androgen than estrogen.
The hormones.
Yeah, the hormone.
It's a Navi said she start at 17.
Now be lucky.
Them here
Also,
want
you want to check if the person was born premature.
Yeah,
Dr. Sam.
was she a preemie?
Dr. Sam, you have that right?
Where you are pre-me.
Answer Navi, where you are preemie?
Alright, Chef X.
I told you, I got turn PMP.
Navi, coming at the box. Coming at the box,
I
Navi.
left Navi alone, because me start at 16. And me not
Oh, she said premature and mild autism.
She not no
Okay.
autism, liar.
You don't know autism.
Yeah, come at the box, Navi.
I shut them.
Navi, come in.
The autism make you bright.
And also, you know,
Asuma.
That's why Navi bright.
Asuma.
See her there. Relax her.
I joke. I really think so also, if you are on the way to like girls growing up, it's important for them to have a certain
Wait.
BMI, right? And it's a certain weight. That's why girls that have like anorexia,
Yes.
sometimes they don't have any menses, right? So if you have to have adequate nutrition as well. So you might eat it, but if you're really like malnourished, you will not get your period in a timely manner. So just off note.
No, I mean, we never malnourished. We just sad.
Well, you
No,
say about
sorry. Yeah, at 7 months. So it's supposed to be the February, and then I was going to December.
so you work on your corrected age. Your body will go according to your corrected age, okay?
I don't love fast, that PMP, that's why I didn't PMP science.
Philippines, you want to talk? Philippines. Say something.
No, they keep trying to get pregnant.
You just walk, you know, watch me. I ask you about my thing, you know, because right now, I want you about menopause and woman pause.
Because they have PCOS.
That's a fact.
Trying to have the baby.
Explain
Hold on, one at a time.
How do we cure PCOS, Dr. Sam?
Okay, so PCOS can be it's very tricky, but it can be cured if we can reverse the insulin resistance. We can reverse the symptoms and the syndromes of the PCOS. So if we can get that under control. So what we are actually doing now, and Dr. Thomas is also doing it in Old Harbor, is that we are putting people on the keto diet, and then we are finding out that we're getting some good results.
Metformin, I also metformin a while ago.
That's one of the treatments. Right?
Yes, but it is wrong.
But that treatment is for the symptoms, not for the curative. Curative, we believe you can do it with diet.
So what kind of diet? Keto diet?
Do the keto diet and do the intermittent fasting, and over time you will reverse it. Yeah.
Okay.
Because, Petal, I noticed that doctors are not putting them on the metformin, right?
No, we're giving them the Galvas in Jamaica. We're giving them the Galvas now, and we find out that it's better than the metformin.
What's Galvas, doctor?
It's a new, not really new. It's about a 2-year drug for Jamaican for diabetics. We find out that we're getting better results with it. Galvas, Galva.
Much milder, and it don't allow them to get nauseous. You know, like how the metformin make them nauseous and sick. I hear that one doesn't.
No, that it doesn't. It doesn't have the same GI effects. No.
Yeah, that's what.
Hold on. Somebody asked this question. Eileen Etcher. She said, why some girls have hair on the face, chest, and back?
Not PCOS.
Yeah, it's a sign. It's one of the signs of PCOS. It's hormonal imbalance, and so they need to sit with a doctor who believes in that kind of stuff, and they can reverse it with food. Because those are the girls that we're going to find out that they have high androgen levels, and they are the ones who can end up being infertile.
Dr. Sam.
Yes.
You're not clear, Petal. You're not clear. Talk up. Petal, talk up another thing. We're not clear. You're not clear. Yeah, talk up.
Yeah, hear me now?
Yes, that's much better.
Yeah, it at time said a 50 milligram of vildagliptin
Yeah.
and 1,000 milligram of metformin. That's what the girl was at time say.
Right. So what happened is that now, so they put the two of them in one. So what happened is that they're not getting the full effect of the metformin nor the full effect of the gliptin. So what they do, it's an agonist-antagonist medication, but it cut out the crazy side effects.
Okay.
Somebody's asking, where is your office, Dr. Sam?
No office yet. Hospital.
Oh, okay.
That guy that got in trouble. Somebody that I worked beside a couple of times.
Uh, what happened to him now? What will they do with him? Do you hear what the result?
No, they have to have a hearing, and then the Southern Regional Authority is gonna have a talk with him, and he might get suspension, or he can go and open up his own family practice.
I thought it was Monday. It was
He
Monday,
can be
it was
fired.
He actually can be fired. Yeah, man.
Right,
The
that's
whole
the
other things can happen.
Cause them did write him and him dismiss it, I
Yes, he can be
understand.
fired because
Can I tell you something?
because you're a government worker.
You have a lot of Jamaicans who feels that rules don't apply for whatever reason. I don't know why they think like that. This entitlement thing is gonna get a lot of, and the worst part about it is that we will go to Canada, America, England, and we will obey and follow the rules. But when we get back home, we feel that they don't apply to us.
Yeah.
But that, brother Sam, that was
They make PNP trick him.
PMP, a PMP, and the law, they make the law, you know, sir.
Mm-hmm.
They trick him big time.
But me want to talk to you know, about my part, my life, you know, so you listen to me, right, you know. Oh, me want to hear about the thing.
Hold on, more ask one quick question before, because G Keeper want to talk about pregnancy. Dr. Sam, what are the are there any natural treatments of fibroids, or least invasive treatments of fibroids?
Again, what we are doing and what we have found is that there are stuff that people are taking that they get. There's a company called Vital Health. They have something that is working really good. But a lot of these things start with a cleanse. So you want to do a kidney cleanse and a liver and a colon cleanse. Once you do that, you get rid of a lot of the inflammation out of your body, and then now that will help to start the process. The fibroids, all of those things are tumors, and what do they feed on? They feed on sugar. What is sugar? Glucose, fructose, maltose, maltose, all the toast, they are all sugars. So once we can limit those, then we can starve them.
Okay, why is
So
only black
what's the thing called from Vital Health?
I have to find out and then get back to you on that. But I know there's a couple of
Dr. Sam.
Why is it that is only or mostly black women who get fibroids?
I believe this is not being tested yet, but I believe it's our diet.
What they said, it's your diet, what you eat. Because remember they say white people eat like little amount and we will eat like a lot one time.
We will eat a lot of sugar, a lot of starch.
Okay, the other question we're going to come off now of if anybody else have any question about fibroids, but I'm going to go now on Hashimoto's hypothyroidism and hyper.
Right.
And
All right. So hypo is the one that hypo it is slow. Hyper it is fast. So a person that has hypothyroidism, they got a tendency that they can get fat, they can get constipated, they can have everything just slows down once you're hypo. Once you're hyper, everything speeds up. So that person is going to lose a lot of weight. They're going to be, even in the winter, they will be sweating a lot and all of that kind of stuff. They can eat like a farmer and still gain 0 pounds because the thyroids are overactive.
what caused hypo?
What caused hypo? Okay, so there's this thing we have. So there's these 2 hormones, T3, T4, and T3. So the thyroid produces the T4, and then the T4 is converted to T3, which is the active form of that hormone. So when the body is not producing enough T4, then that is what's going to cause it. And when it is overproducing, that's what causes the alcohol.
What causes the body not to produce the T4?
It could be from radiation treatment. It could be from an injury, or it could be the fact that you just have a whole lot of inflammation going on in your body, and you just need to get your body back to be more alkaline instead of acidic, and so that can also help to reverse it. Because once you go on the levothyroxine for the hypothyroidism, or the propauracil for the hyperthyroidism, it's almost a life sentence.
Why is it that they recommend that you take the whatever you call that thing? You just mentioned the lipo, not lipo. What is your name?
Levothyroxine.
Levothyroxine.
Yes. Why is it
Correct it.
if they recommend it, right? Why does someone has to? You mentioned that you have to stay on it. Why do you have to stay on it?
Because
If it's not correcting the problem.
Well, it's not really correcting the problem. It's basically treating the symptoms. So until we get
Balance,
to the root,
basically providing a balance.
right. So until we get to the root cause, then the symptoms are. It's just like if you have high blood pressure. If we're just treating the high blood pressure without finding out exactly what's causing it, then you're going to be on that medication for life.
So why is it that the doctors don't try to find out what causes it before they put the persons on medication?
But because sometimes by the time we get to around to finding out what causing it, it takes so long, you probably expire already. So we'd rather treat you than have you expired.
Okay.
Christian, Doc.
Is there a natural way of which one is this one? Hyper.
None of them no better.
None of them. Who are them horrible?
Is there a natural way to cure the hypo?
Like I said, it depends on what is causing it. Even if I should recommend natural stuff, I wouldn't do it on this forum. I would do it one-on-one.
And I want to say something to Dr. Sam. We found so a lot of people, for whatever reason, when they go to the doctor and they find out they have high blood pressure, a lot of people eliminate salt from their diet.
Foolishness.
And a lot of people also feel that sea salt is better than table salt. So iodine is also very important for thyroid function.
Yeah.
So if you drastically cut out salt out of your diet, salt is bad, but salt is also necessary. Some other medications. So like if you have like for example a bipolar patient on lithium, you want to also look at their thyroid function as well. Yes. Because lithium affects the salt in the body. So just something to consider. Mm-hmm.
I would recommend that if you can get the Himalayan salt, it is better. It's got over 3 ingredients other than the regular table salt with just 3 ingredients.
Or if you go to sea salt, make sure the sea salt is iodized.
Yeah.
Because you need iodine to help for your thyroid to function properly. Yes. And seafood.
Yeah.
Doc, I hear them talking about like grounding sheet. So you must use grounding sheet. What do you think about grounding sheet? It's good to take out infection out of the body.
What is grounding sheet?
It's a sheet, but it's like you plug it in in the current.
Like warm blanket?
No, it's not warm. No, it's not warm.
I have an idea what you're talking about, but if you're going to do that, what I would recommend that you do is that you can get the apple cider vinegar, warm it up as hot as you can handle it, and soak your feet in it. I prefer that because it sucks the toxins out of your body through your feet.
Or as you said the other day, Dr. Sam, push your foot in, go dig one hole around the back and push your foot down in it and sit down in there.
Exactly.
That makes you take out all of the things. Because if you walk barefooted, I think all of the minerals goes up. And if you dig the earth and put your foot, explain it to them, Dr. Sam.
Right, so especially if you're like in Jamaica and stuff like that, you dig a hole and you just pour some water in it and make it kind of muddy water. You sit down on the edge and you just keep your feet in it for about a half an hour. That the minerals in the dirt pulls out a lot of toxins out of your body. It becomes a key, what we call a metal chelator, which means that it sucks like excessive lead and copper, and if you have excess iron, it just pulls them out of your body through the bottom of your feet.
Yes, that's what I eat. And they say like every morning when you wake up, you should walk barefoot on the dirt on the ground.
I would say yes, but I would also say be careful if you're diabetic, because I don't want you to get your foot cut. And I believe that everybody who's diabetic should wear their white socks all the time. Wear your white socks when you're around in your house. You just take it off when you're see that if you do get any cut and there's any blood on it. Because sometimes if you're diabetic, you lose feeling in your feet. Next thing you know, you get a cut. The next thing you know, it's infected, and we have to be taking off your foot. So
Wow.
Get my talk, no, Dr. Sam, that's his question. Why when you reach going in menopause, you don't want to have sex?
okay, so a couple of things start happening. So one of the hormones that helps you to and make you want to have sex is a hormone called estrogen. So whenever you're going into menopause, it means that estrogen is getting low in your body. And so a lot of changes start happening. And one of the changes that's also going to happen is that the lining of the vagina is going to also start getting thin, and it's going to be easier to bruise. So that is also one of the reasons. So that is why when you go to your doctor, they will do what is called hormone replacement, where they will give you estrogen medication, whether injection or pill, and that will help you there. The other thing also is that a woman that is at her period almost never have a heart attack, never. But once she goes into menopause, her chances of having a heart attack is just as much as a man. So the estrogen does protect you against having heart condition, but once you go through menopause, you're gonna start having it. So one of the reasons, so like you were saying, why you don't want to have sex, the sex hormone is estrogen, and it is now becoming less and less in your body, and so that's why you don't want to have it. So that's why you need a man. You need your man now who's going to be able to stimulate you mentally and emotionally to keep you there.
And the one that let me talk no on my time no sir. And the one that one get off the
Come on, man,
cooker.
this is laughing, man. A serious thing I go on here, so you know.
Get the first and the man and the woman, they have some woman want the sex every time.
Right. So
So
again,
that make them analyze themselves, doctor.
it can, if especially if not, because remember now, she's gonna be going through this at around age 49 to 53 is right around there. At that point, usually the husband or the man is gonna be around the same age, and if he's not taking care of his body, he is going to be what? He is going to be probably experiencing ED. So either him will get born or something like that. Because if she's at the point where she is very hypersexual, whether she church or not, she have a bun.
But sometimes the men go through like midlife crisis too, and for them hormone get out of whack and them want it more, and sometimes the woman don't want it. So
Right. So that's why for that one we call it andropause. Where the man
Andropause.
goes through his stuff, and so sometimes
Oh,
he
so
can
man,
be
where one man have?
andropause.
andropause.
Oh, I think a woman pause.
Well, for the androgen is the main hormone, so it's going on pause. So it's
So the
andro-
labor right man, them have andropause because you probably study Andrew, right? So then you andropause.
You better easy that.
And when where comrade man they have mark pause.
Mark pause, yeah.
Martha
You
pause.
better easy that.
So they don't have anything different for that.
That's Dr. Sam.
Let me ask something. This lady asked what about Sicilian salt, Celtic salt? Celtic salt?
Celtic salt. Celtic salt. Celtic salt.
Celtic.
Somebody
As long as it's just read it and make sure it's got more than 3 ingredients in it, and have lots of minerals like the magnesium and the phosphorus and
You
so
hear that,
on.
Lourie?
It is very good. The Celtic salt.
Dr.
There we go.
Sam,
Who take
You can
that?
actually put that in your
Lori,
coffee.
this person named Lori.
Dr. Sam, this is my last question to you. Beekeeper, let me ask you this. At what point does the doctor decide when to put you on hormone replacement?
When the symptoms are getting out of whack, like the hot flashes is just too much, the night sweat becomes too much, whenever those things, or it's up to you as well as the patient. If you said yes, I want it, I don't want to experience all these crazy symptoms, then the doctor will put you on.
They have to put you through a test before they put you on it?
No.
Well, they probably check the hormones still as a
Yes, they will.
baseline. As a baseline.
Yeah, they'll do the baseline check, but usually if you come in and you're saying you got to get up and change your sheet at night because you're sweating so much, and like the hot flashes are just crazy, you can't sleep. I mean, the hot flashes sometimes, based on what we have known, is that they feel like somebody burned you with a hot iron sometimes.
Yeah, man,
You're
I
sick.
feel hot, and then it feel cool, and you feel sometimes feel like y'all are mad.
Exactly.
And sometimes you have brain fog. You have brain fog too, you know.
Yes, people, me and you alone for the life can tell that because two away, two all smarty for you. So,
All that you know to get come here, my baby, and me want my road miss. Me no want
You know, your Petal says she want baby at 50. You know, you're her.
Yeah, listen.
Me did say me just say, what about a 50-year-old woman wanting to have a baby? Me never say me can. But anyways, what wrong with that? Me
There's nothing wrong with that. Make sure if she
if
wants.
me find a young man and the doctor say me uterus
No,
is like
I
a
think
30
it's
something. Stop it! Me uterus is like a 30-something-year-old woman.
No, I think it's
Yeah, actually, at 27 years when my uterus just a open and shit and a 50
I must
years.
talk to
You're
myself.
gonna be 60 with a 10-year-old.
All right, keep. I'm talk to myself. I'm the one. I suffer from
No.
it.
Me too. Me
Let me
like
ask
what
about that man.
my
Dr.
problem
Sam.
with it, me no have no nature at all for no sex at all. I mean, I like people sex before me go home to Jesus.
You have enough. Squitty time.
Dr. Sam.
Yes, sir.
How old a man can be if you get a woman pregnant?
Any age.
Okay, sir. When my dad was 86 when he died, and at the time he had a 15-year-old son.
All right. My grandfather was 80 something when he died, and he had an 8-year-old and
All right.
a theme pitney.
Mhm. And then I know of a gentleman that got married to a 41. He was 72 at the time, and they had a child. Yeah. So as long as he can get it up and have an ejaculation, he can get a child.
As
long
long
as
as you get
Them sperm not get
Down syndrome, you know. Down syndrome, old father getting, you know, old. It's the last part of him seed bag that they did there. No see how he look, how he look.